Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Brenna Rose. An Owasso woman is raising concerns tonight about a gray area surrounding sex offender registration in Oklahoma. News Channel 8's Lauren Henry has been digging into the laws and speaking with officials. She joins us now in studio with a deeper look at how sex offenders are tracked and why some might be falling through the cracks. Lauren.
Brenna, the state sex offender registry is designed to keep the public informed on where registered sex offenders are living. Statewide, over 700 sex offenders are registered as transient or homeless, and the information about where exactly they reside is not always available, even through the state's sex offender registry.
He loads his car up every night, goes to the gas station, sleeps, and is back home. So all daylight hours, he's at home.
Amanda LaRue is a local parent who says she's seen a sex offender in her neighborhood who she believes is bending the state's current sex offender registration laws.
That's how he's skirting this law of being a transient and not having this permanent address, is because his overnights are spent somewhere else.
LaRue says she made multiple reports and was able to get a response from the Owasso Police Department. Due to an ongoing investigation with the Tulsa County Sheriff's Office, we are not naming the offender in question.
This case was brought to us by people that lived in the area who said that they were concerned because they thought that a sex offender was living or residing inside the hot zone in that particular neighborhood. Hot zone meaning where sex offenders cannot live because of their proximity to either a school or a park or a playground or whatever it may be.
Lieutenant Boatman explained that the convicted sex offender pled guilty to failure to register with the city of Owasso earlier this year.
Whenever you move inside the municipality of Owasso, you have to register with us if you are a sex offender. That failed to happen in this case. He was still registered through the Tulsa County Sheriff's Office as a transient. So the fact that he owned a home here, whether he was staying there or not, I mean, that's part of the issue.
Although LaRue's concerns seem to be getting addressed, we asked the Tulsa County District Attorney's Office if other sex offenders could take advantage of the option to register as transient if they were living somewhere else.
The way the law is written is you have to reside in the place that you're registering. So in a scenario where you're residing in one place but go spend time in another place, you are technically not violating the statute as it's written.
Oklahoma's current legislation requires that if an individual is unable to provide a permanent address, they must report to law enforcement every 7 days. We sat down with the Tulsa Police Department to learn more about how sex offenders register as transient with the city of Tulsa.
When they register as transient, they can't just come in and say, I'm just homeless. They actually still have to tell us, generally speaking, where they are living. It still has to be a place where, according to residency restrictions, they are allowed to live. We'll actually print off a Google Map picture of it and say, okay, give us a general idea of where we would find you if you're there. So that way, if we wanted to go and check and make sure that they are actually living there, we have a place to go.
Is there a better way to do this as opposed to putting a map out in front of someone and saying, point to where you're living?
For transients, I don't know if there is. I think there are jurisdictions that I think do it differently than we do. I think there are some jurisdictions that don't even remotely track where they're living, but I don't know that anyone's come up with just a outstanding way to track transients.
This left us wondering, are stronger regulations needed, and what would it look like for the state to better track sex offenders who register as transient but are living in a prohibited location?
That would really be a question for the legislature, because they would have to rework the statute to provide for circumstances like that. There are always going to be people that are trying to skirt the law, people that are purposefully evading law enforcement and purposefully living somewhere where they're not supposed to be living, whether that's that they're registering as transient and living somewhere else, or that they're not registering at all.
Despite the current laws, LaRue stands firm that she wants to see change with how the state handles transient sex offenders.
The transient side of all of this, the not being held accountable, the just being able to go wherever you want for 16 to 18 hours a day, that's so unsafe, and I just want to see change.
The Oklahoma Department of Corrections offers an online database for the public to access information about sex offenders in their area, including if they are registered to an address or registered as transient. A link to that website can be found on our website at k2l.com. Live in studio, I'm Lauren Henry, News Channel 8.